Hey, I'm John, the owner of JD Woodworking and Designs. This week I'm making a resin river serving board from start to finish. Stick around till the end to see the results. First up is getting this piece of maple ready for the pour. I'm cutting it to size, squaring up one edge, and removing all of the bark. Here I'm jointing one edge. This board was just a bit wide for my jointer, so I was basically jointing off that live edge so that it fit on my jointer so I could flatten the face, which I'm about to do here. Now I'm just removing all the bark just to make sure that no loose pieces fly off while I'm planing the board. After I jointed it, I had this tiny little ridge left over that the jointer didn't get, so I just used my block plane to remove that. After servicing both sides, I take my wire wheel to the live edge again just to get rid of any pieces that are stuck on there, make sure that I have a nice clean piece for my resin pour. After everything was cleaned up, I brought the piece back over to my workbench and got my form ready. This is a 10 by 18 inch HDPE form from Exotherm Designs. I've been using these for a couple of years now and I absolutely love them because there's no risk of anything leaking. So I'm just using some little blocks here and some clamps to hold that board down so it doesn't float when I get ready for my resin pour. Here I'm mixing up my epoxy. This specific one is a 3-to-1 by weight. So I mix that up, make sure to scrape the sides of my container a lot, and then I add a turquoise pigment. I'm going for a translucent look here, so I only added about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and this is around 1 liter of epoxy. So after doing my pour, I waited about 96 hours for the full cure. The really nice thing about these forms is the walls are actually at 5-degree angles, so it makes for a really easy removal of the piece. All you have to do is take the mallet to those side walls and then do a few hits on the bottom of it and it pops right out. Here I'm planing the board to its final thickness. It happened to be just around 7/8 of an inch after planing both sides. After planing, I bring the board over to the table saw as well as the miter saw just to trim off the little bit of epoxy that seeped around the 4 sides. Once I was done that, I was ready to move on to sanding from 60 grit all the way up to 180 grit. Here I'm just using some clear CA glue from Starbond Adhesives to fill some small voids and chip out that happen during planing. So now I'm moving on to my second last grit, which is 150. After I do 150, I water pop the wood. What that means is I wet the entire board down, and that raises the grains and fibers of the wood so that when it's washed for the first time, it remains smooth. After that completely dries, I get 180 grit, sand the entire board down. I'm also doing just a little bit of a round over on all of the edges just to make sure that there's no sharp corners. And last but not least, everyone's favorite part, finishing up this board. This is some board butter that I made. It's a 1:6 ratio of beeswax to mineral oil. The mineral oil soak into the wood, saturate that, and then the beeswax acts as a water resistance and gives the board an even sheen. Thank you all for sticking around to the end. If you made it this far, feel free to give a like, comment, subscribe. Really happy with how this board turned out, especially the translucentness of the epoxy, and the colors in this piece of wood are just magnificent. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.